So I've been learning about, let me see here, Ayurveda, which is essentially the oldest form of philosophy and medicine from India. So ancient philosophy, ancient knowings. And this means, Ayurveda means essentially the knowledge of longevity and life. This being Ayur meaning life or longevity, and Veda meaning knowledge or wisdom. So this is Sanskrit is used here. And there's a big spiritual aspect to it as well. And that spiritual aspect is known as Samkhya. I love that word because I love this sound, kya, which means to know. And it reminds me of like kya, like you're going to hit somebody. And Sam meaning sat is truth. So to know truth. And we have to understand that the source of all existence is cosmic energy. I'm sorry, cosmic consciousness, cosmic consciousness. And there are actually two parts to this. There is the masculine side, known as Purusha, and the feminine side, which is known as Prakruti. And we have to understand that this cosmic consciousness, this is present in every object, animate or inanimate, it doesn't matter. So that means buildings, that means rocks, that means grass and trees, birds and bees alike, okay? And it is eternal, immeasurable, and existing beyond our understanding of time and space. Purusha is known as the silent witness, pure passiveness, does not contribute or participate in creation. It is without cause and effect. It has no structure, no attributes. It is essentially a silent witness. Prakruti, on the other hand, is decision making. It manifests as colors and takes form. It is the divine creator. It is one who becomes many. It is the mother of the universe, period. And this forms the ego. A lot of times ego gets a bad representation, but that's only when men have fragile ones. So this is sort of the breakdown. And what is the goal? Let's change colors. What is the goal of Ayurveda? There are three main goals. Goal number 1 is cure sickness. We're living in a sick society. And number 2, maintain health. Number 3, here we go, self-actualization. Ooh, I like that part. And so, yeah, I've been sort of learning about this, and this is essentially just the beginning of the first module that I'm in. And I guess it's important to understand that when you're learning about Ayurveda, it's very important that we don't bring in our Western ideologies. For example, Western ideology being separation and extraction. This is the conquer and divide. This is a holistic vision. So this is the kind of thought that everything is connected. And so this is, a really big difference between Western ideology, where everything, I would say the West is very individual. Everybody gets what they deserve. Everybody has equal opportunity. Everybody is out for themselves. Take care of you, yourself, and you. Whereas I'd say anything Eastern, other, dare I say, exotic, which would mean non-Western. This would be interconnected, interdependent. We are not in isolation. Everything is connected. And essentially with this, what we kind of can draw also is what is happening okay, so here's the individual, right? Here's the individual. And now here's in the individual with their work relationships, with their home relationships, with their family, with their history, with their generational wisdom and trauma. This is our relationship to money, our relationship to our self-image, beauty, you name it. These are all of these relationships are unique to each person. So every person has unique needs. And this is absolutely not what we see in medicine today, where it's like everybody gets the same dose, and that makes perfect sense. Which we also know in birth control, for example, if you take a Plan B and you weigh more than, what was it, is it either 165 or 175 pounds, it basically doesn't necessarily work as good. So this is a perfect example of how we have totally not taken into account unique needs of individuals in Western medicine. This is just an example of that. That's not to say Western medicine sucks. It is very heroic. It saves lives every day. I think what we need is actually an integration, not separation, not individual, but interconnected. Anyways, moving on. This is to also say, I love this part because this kind of shits on psychology to me. Because the big reason I don't like Western psychology is because they individualize everything and they make you feel like your family's fucked up. They make you feel like your response to systemic trauma is fucked up or you're fucked up, when really it's just society that's sick. And so until we understand society we are interdependent, interconnected with society. I've done over 200 hours, so don't. This is not coming from hearsay. This is from my experience of over 200 hours and multiple different therapists. Anyways, what this actually says is our external is not separate from our internal. This is huge. If we really understand this is huge. And this also says, like, let's say you drink green juice every day, but you have sex with a misogynist. No wonder you feel like shit, okay? Because that external is literally becoming internal. The other way to say this is that whatever is happening on the macro, so this can include, the whole fucking planet, we're feeling that, is also happening inside of the micro, which is basically, your body. Therefore everybody needs something unique, but also at the same time we share a lot of traumas depending on what we're looking at. If we're looking at a work relationship, then you're going to need something more specific to your job. But if you're talking about global crisis, I think we could all identify one way or another. We eat fake food and neurodegenerative diseases are on the rise. Everybody's ADD. That's not only because of our lifestyle and our environment, but it's also because we're lacking minerals. Okay, moving on. A lot of this will be in Sanskrit because to change it to English would be a disservice because there aren't even English words to describe some of these words that we would be doing it a disservice. Let's move on.